smart contract functionality. A smart contract is a computer protocol intended to digitally facilitate, verify, or enforce the negotiation or performance of a contract. So in other words, people got very excited about this type of blockchain because if you want to record real estate purchases or something else, or something that's going to happen in the future, if this happens, then you get this amount of money, and if this doesn't happen, then you get you can put that into what they call smart contracts, which are not actually legal documents according to the law, but the terminology is used in this way. A smart contract is a computer protocol intended to digitally facilitate, verify, or enforce the negotiation or performance of a contract. Smart contracts allow the performance of credible transactions without third parties. So Ethereum was proposed in late 2013 by Vitalik Buterin, and basically he was a cryptocurrency researcher and programmer. I actually sat right next to him at the first Bitcoin conference here in New York. He's just a really regular guy. So development was funded by an online crowd sale that took place between July and August in 2014. The system went live July 30th in 2015 with 11.9 million coins pre-mined for the crowd sale. This accounts for approximately 13% of the total circulating supply. So Ethereum is an open-source, public, blockchain-based distributed computing platform and operating system featuring smart contract functionality. And cryptocurrencies versus tokens. Cryptocurrencies and tokens are related but separate concepts. The term cryptocurrency and token should not be used interchangeably. Cryptocurrencies are the latest and thus far the most successful form of digital money. They are digitized currencies encrypted through cryptography. Copies of their ledgers exist in distributed form on decentralized blockchains around the world. Cryptocurrencies run on their own blockchains. But tokens, on the other hand, represent an asset or utility and exist on top of the blockchain. They are tradable goods and can represent coins, loyalty points, in-game assets, and so on. They can even be redeemable for a service an issuer will provide at a later date. Tokens can be issued on blockchains like Ethereum. The most widely used token standard today is the Ethereum's ERC20. So most tokens of those 1,600 that are out there, besides Bitcoin, have been created through Ethereum and through their ERC20. There are more platforms that are being developed now and coming out, and we'll talk about that in another show. But for right now, when we're talking about tokens, we'll talk about these tokens. So what are ERC20 tokens? In 2015, Ethereum issued technical specifications for tokens on the Ethereum blockchain. Tokens that conform to these specifications are known as the ERC20 tokens. ERC stands for Ethereum Request for Comments.
Oh, okay.
In essence, ERC20 tokens are smart contracts. They run on the Ethereum blockchain while tokens function within the framework set by the Ethereum team. The framework is broad enough to simultaneously allow developers considerable flexibility in the design and functions of the tokens. Most tokens are created through the ICOs, which we're getting into on Ethereum, are the ERC20 compliant. Now, ICOs, we're going to get into a little bit later, but there's been a lot of money raised through ICOs, initial coin offerings. And nowadays, it's getting harder and harder for us as United States citizens to even invest because when they were first planned out, they didn't really consider the SEC and the Securities Exchange Commission and all the regulatory issues around a lot of this. So there's been a lot of cracking down. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was a lot of information. Just tell me, did you find any of that interesting? Was any of that new? Can you relate or on a need-to-know basis, do you think this helps in any way with your decisions maybe to invest or get involved?
Well, I think it is overall a lot of information, but it kind of just draws you in. It draws me in, wanting to know more about, I guess, all these different types and what would be a good avenue to invest in. seeing that this is also my first investment, and I think that this is to invest in something like this. I've never invested before because I never, I guess the world of the finance world was never called my name because it was something I didn't know anything about. I didn't know how to get into. No one really talks about these kinds of things. So to have it broken down in this way just gives me kind of a go ahead and be like, okay, well, it seems like it can be broken down and a little bit more understandable. So let me see how I can get in and invest.
Okay,
So
good.
yeah.
Well, first of all, I just want to say I'm not an investment advisor.
No.
I'm not an attorney.
No.
I'm not a CPA, even though I did I was a chief financial officer of a New York Stock Exchange company, but I didn't get my CPA, and I hired CPA, so it's all good. But I just want to let everybody out there know that, anything we say on the show is not suggesting you have to do it or do that or anything like this. Is all your choice. We're just giving you as many options as we can so that you can make your own good choices. Okay, so how do you purchase or invest in cryptocurrency? Okay, it's all about wallets, digital wallets, exchanges. So today we're going to have Danise go online and open a wallet, if she can, because you were going to bring your ID and proof of residency and all that, right?
Yes, I found...
Oh, you found it? Okay, why don't you dig that out while I'm talking a little bit about this. So once you bought your cryptocurrency, you need ways to store it, and all major exchanges offer wallet services. So a cryptocurrency wallet is a software program that stores private and public keys and interacts with various blockchains to enable users to send and receive digital currency and monitor their balance. If you want to use Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency, you will need to have a digital wallet. So many people choose to use exchanges. Much like a bank, exchanges hold your private keys, and without your private key, you really do not have ownership control, meaning there are people, and not just people, but the truth is, the experts will tell you, unless you have your own private keys, you don't own your Bitcoin or anything. But for ease of use, I have to say the truth is an exchange is easier, and in some cases, people use the exchanges and then pull their coins off of it. But I find it challenging to pull my coins off and you can write down your private key in a cold wallet, what they call a cold wallet, and that's just writing down your private key and on a piece of paper, which is not that much unlike money. But there are now manufacturers who are creating products that you can keep offline and store your private keys. But for today, we're just going to have Danise open an account at Coinbase.com, which is one of the majors. So if you go to your third tab up there where it says Joya Como invited you to Coinbase, I think you can just click on that. And basically, when you set up an account on Coinbase, if you use that link, which basically is flow.guru, if anybody else out there wants to do that, http://www.flow.guru, you'll get an invite from me to join Coinbase. And when you invest $100 in Coinbase, we'll each get $10. So hello, we're already earning money. All right, so how are you doing? Did you get in?
Yeah, I'm just...
Unfortunately, we don't have any way to show you. Well, we wouldn't want to show you her screen anyway because she's going to be using personal information to get in there. Yeah. And again, using an exchange like Coinbase, while it is convenient, it is said to be best to store your assets in an offline wallet on your hard drive or a computer that never touches the internet, actually. This is the most secure way of storing your coins, and it gives you full control over your assets. They call this cold storage. So cold storage refers to any means of keeping your private keys safe from hacking by holding them offline. And some of the manufacturers that you can check out that do make hardware wallets are Trezor, Trezor, and Ledger, Ledger. And again, you can find these by searching online, and you can listen to this show over and over, and you can write this all down later. But a paper wallet is basically just your private key printed or written on a piece of paper that also can be considered and is considered a paper wallet. So let me know how you're doing or what you're doing.
All right, I'm creating a password.
So you've just signed into Coinbase and they've asked you to create a password?
Yes.
Okay. And once you get signed up and you are in a situation where you have your account, they're also going to ask you to create a next step, a second step in order for verification. And that you will be asked every time you sign in. So this is an important time to have a piece of paper and pencil handy, because normally you might be given a 12-word seed or something else that you need to keep and have in case you ever lose your password. It's not like online when you go on and you create these accounts and you just use any old password, and then when you forget it, they said, oh, you forgot your password? No problem. And they send you another one and you can redo it. No, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You have to remember everything when you're involved with cryptocurrencies, because you will lose your money if you don't. That's basically just the way it is.
All right. I think I'm ready here.
Okay. So ready meaning? Talk us through what you're doing. Talk the audience
I'm
through.
just filling out the information. I just created a password. Actually, I want to go back and make sure I have, I wrote down the password, and I'm going to type it in all over again to make sure that it is correct.
Yes, definitely. That's a good idea. So everybody out there, if you want to open a wallet right now, you can go to http://www.flow.guru. There will be an invitation for me to set up your account at Coinbase. You click on that. Then just like any other thing, you would set it up with a password, but you want to make sure that you write down your password. I keep one of those little sticks, with all my passwords and everything that has to do with my accounts, and I keep it separate offline. That's how I keep my Prescott wallet. Even though it's in Coinbase or any other exchange, you still don't have access to your private keys, though. So that's the other thing. Okay, so while Danise is doing that, what are you doing right now?
Just
in the mic.
I'm confirming that I am not a robot.
Okay, well that's good. Not yet, anyway. If you listened to our show last week, we had a gentleman here that was doing an ICO for a legal ICO that was for a company called Chimera, and according to him, everything is going to be a robot, maybe even the president one day. But anyway, getting back to what we're doing here on our show this week, and no I will post that on our website, http://www.coffeetalk-co. And when you go on the website, you will be able to see our shows in the past, so you can listen to him talk all about that at another time. But anyway, talking a little bit more still about what's going on with cryptocurrency these days for investing, regulation, and taxation. So I've heard a lot of people, believe it or not, say that they have been told by people that if they invested with them in cryptocurrencies, that they would be able to not pay taxes on it. And basically that is totally not true. Yeah, I know. There's no way to avoid paying taxes out there, guys. If it's, if you make money on something, whether it's a tangible asset as cash or a cryptocurrency or any other thing, the IRS wants their piece of it, okay? Now, the IRS did come out early on and stated that cryptocurrencies are or Bitcoin in general, specifically, would be treated